Going on? It is Kyle Henderson of Bama Football on YouTube. Could I get a roll tide inside the comment box? I appreciate you guys being here. You know, I was thinking about this, okay? So stay with me right here. So yesterday I went and got a haircut, okay? So I'm sitting there talking with the barber, and we're talking about Ryan Williams. And I came up with this, okay? So there's a couple different graphics that I want to go through. So I know that Ryan Grubb recently did an interview with Alabama, and they're talking about kind of the offensive philosophy that he's going to bring to the Alabama Crimson Tide, right? So I started thinking about this. I was like, you know, when you look, and I'll go full screen on this, what we're looking at right here is the full receiving box of Ryan Williams, okay? And what that entails, and I'll explain it on full screen. So last year, these were the amount of times and directions on the field that Ryan Williams was targeted, right? So let's start up at the outside left. Over 20 yards, he had 1 reception out of 6, right? Was a touchdown. Between the numbers, 2 for 7. To the outside right, none. Okay, you see what I'm saying? If you go to that the lower box, 2 of 2, 8 of 10. So I was thinking about this, and I was talking with my barber, and I want to get some feedback on this because I think that one of the areas that Ryan Williams could certainly be the most impactful for Alabama is these short routes, right? I think I have the screen right here. So I really feel that if you put him in the slot position, or you just get creative with him, and I'll show kind of the passing tree on this next graphic, but this short kind of 0 to 9 is, I think, where Ryan Williams could be the most impactful for Alabama going forward. And I just drew up a couple passing tree routes that I think I'd like to see from Ryan Williams. So I have no idea if he's even going to be in the slot, but if you do put him in the slot, you could do a lot of things with Ryan Williams, right? You could have him kind of on a bubble screen. You can have him on a hitch route. You could have him. I would like to see Ryan Williams be most impactful doing more things across the middle. The guy showed toughness, but I think if he gets the ball within this, under 10 range, he's so dangerous. And the reason that I say that, and I'm not saying take away the long ball from Ryan Williams, but I felt last year sometimes the offense was so predicated on just bombing it down to Ryan Williams and like hoping for the best because of his playmaking ability. I say come up with more high percentage passes to Ryan Williams in that short window, have a quarterback that can read the defense, make those underneath throws to get to Ryan Williams, and let Ryan Williams' overall speed and agility do the rest. Because when this guy has the football, you hold your breath because he can make anybody miss. And I was thinking about this as well. I think he had, and this is crazy, the instincts that Ryan Williams has is similar, crazy, I know, is similar to like Saquon Barkley. Like these guys have peripheral vision. Like it's like they can see behind themselves, forward at the same time. It's unbelievable. Like the play that he made against Georgia, Saquon Barkley, the one where he jumped over the player backwards, like those are the type of things that Ryan Williams is able to do. So getting him the football more underneath that 10-yard window, I think is going to be very impactful for Alabama. And I think that's how you rack up a ton of receptions and a ton of yards with them. You see what I'm saying? Does it make sense? I don't know. I was just thinking about that. And I was talking with my barber yesterday, and I was like, it makes perfect sense to do something like that to be able to get Ryan Williams the football as many times possible. Because if this guy gets 10 receptions, who the hell knows what he's able to do, honestly. And Oceanic Jazz, I feel the same way, man. It seems like over the last 3 seasons, we really went away from those quick slant routes or like crossing routes that are so effective. And get these guys the football, man. They are 4-3, 4-4 guys that once they're in space or they just make one person miss, that's it. You get some good downfield stock blocking, I don't know, turns into big things. Just something that was on my mind that I kind of wanted to bring to your attention. But, man, like, get him the football, period. I don't care how you do it, but I think if you go with high percentage passes to Ryan Williams, good things are going to come. Flyby Barber says, I was in T-Town this morning working and passed by a guy with the Jesus sign. Made me think of the show. Dude, so let me give a shout out to, I call him Jesus Man. So Jesus Man, he sits by Bojangles. And he's done this, I don't know, ever since I've lived here, so 8 years. And it's on the way kind of by 5 points through Cottondale. And he has this sign that says, Jesus loves you, or Jesus will save you. And I've told this story many times, but I'll be real quick about this as well. I stopped by him and I talked to him for a few minutes. I asked him if he, and we were just kind of, shooting the shit, talking, whatever. And I was like, have you ever been to New Mexico? I don't even know how it came up. He's like, one time. I've been to the most beautiful place that I've ever been. I'm serious. And he's like, Portales, New Mexico. That's where I was born. Like, what? I didn't even live in Portales. I was just born there. I guess I lived there for a little while. My parents went to Eastern New Mexico. Isn't that crazy? I always think about that. So every time I pass by him, I honk the horn a couple times. Hey, Smooth, I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed that analysis. I was just thinking, man, get him the football more often, high percentage passes, and let him do the rest. And I think that will make Alabama's offense that more dangerous, because when teams start worrying about kind of the short intermediate passing and things across the middle, what's going to happen is you're going to have one-on-one matchups on outside. Jeremy Bernard, Isaiah Horton, a Jalen Hell. Maybe you have a Jam Miller right here kind of float out to this outside. Jam Miller's already proven that he can catch the football. So imagine Ryan Williams coming across, right? You're worried about that. You have, Isaiah Horton on a takeoff. You have Jeremy Bernard on maybe a post, right? Taking out the safeties. And you have a Jam Miller coming down the side. Right? And then you do something with Josh Cuevas, which is either a seam or, you have him, stay down to chip block. Right? I love talking ball. But, that's kind of when I think about the offense. You got to be able to get the fastest players and the players that are most effective to football, period. Plain and simple. Feel Good Friday. What's going on? Kyle Henderson, Bama Football on YouTube. I appreciate you guys being here. This Saturday, Alabama will host #1 Auburn Tigers, right? 3 p.m. Eastern time, and I can't wait for the game. I was talking with the guys this morning at the workout. What's amazing is how fast-paced this team continues to be, right? Alabama's averaging, 90 points. Auburn's averaging 84. I think Auburn's a 4-point favorite. Wouldn't it be crazy? I don't think this will happen. You know what? Ron 72G, I'm about to say something that is probably really crazy, and I might get flack for this. But Ron G72 inside the comment box says, who would you say is the most explosive? Ryan Williams or Jalen Waddle? Oh, man. I think Ryan Williams. And we just saw one season of him. And Jalen Waddle is like one of the rideouts. He's like on the Mount Rushmore of. That's how dangerous Ryan Williams is. I just do not feel that they used him effectively enough last year. They weren't creative enough with getting him the football. So maybe Waddle for like the overall production with what he's done, but like Ryan Williams, I think will have more playmaking ability than a lot of these receivers that we've ever seen here. And that's just it.